Doesn't it feel awesome to be watching the Clone Wars Season 7, even if you have watched the crude animation version of this Bad Batch story arc? It's still great to revisit the story and see this new amazing animation. And it's an animation style that I really hope we get to see in a Rebels sequel if those rumors are true. But that all said, let's get into the review. So in this episode, we continue to follow the Bad Batch and Rex, and after a brief discussion, Rex, Clone Force 99, and Anakin are setting off on a reckless mission to Skeko Minor to rescue Echo. But at this point, there's a major change from the script. Obi-Wan Kenobi does not show up and meet the group, and Anakin sneaks off to have a hologram meeting with Padme. But he doesn't just do this by himself. He has Rex with him, and Rex is actually covering for Anakin. Obi-Wan Kenobi shows up looking for Anakin, and Rex is actually there to stop him from interrupting Anakin's meeting with Padme. Now, like the original script, Obi-Wan is trying to talk them out of going to Skeko Minor, but unlike the original script, Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "Well, I hope you said hi to Padme for me." So now we know, not only does Rex know about Anakin and Padme, but certainly Obi-Wan Kenobi does as well. And just like last week, it doesn't take long for the Bad Batch to find trouble as they are attacked, but this time, they've got a lot more to deal with than just clankers. Shortly after they arrive on Skeko Minor, they are attacked by a Karadak riding local, aka a Dragon Rider, which by the way, look amazing in the new animation. Anyway, during the attack, Anakin is kidnapped and imprisoned in a nearby village. Thanks to Hunter doing what might be called some literal skywalking, the boys are able to quickly track down Anakin. Despite being Dragon Riders, the locals are a primitive group, and so when Rex and the Bad Batch decide to attack, they do so in a strategic way. They launch a boulder into the camp, destroying some of the village in a display of power. Then they show off their firepower, and thankfully the chief of the settlement calls for a ceasefire. For me personally, this is an important moment for the Bad Batch. It shows that yes, they can kick ass when needed, but they also have morals and they understand when their violent ways aren't the right course of action. Basically, they aren't mindless droids. Thanks to the text translation, Anakin is able to convince the chief to give them passage to the nearby city. At this point, I have a bit of a complaint to lodge. I mean, we could have seen Anakin Skywalker flying on the back of a dragon. Now that would have been a really cool moment for Season 7 of the Clone Wars. But getting back on track here, on the journey, Tech is having difficulty tracking the signal from Echo, and Hunter suggests it's because the Separatists are setting a trap for them. I love how this adds to the suspense of the story, and things get even more tense when Crosshair accuses Echo of being a traitor. And this of course sets off Rex. He isn't going to let anyone call his old lost friend a traitor. But ironically, Anakin, usually the one with the short fuse, stops the situation from escalating by sending Clone Force 99 ahead to scout. This gives Anakin a moment to confront Rex and remind him that Echo might actually be a traitor if he is still alive. Rex understands Anakin's concerns, but in a rather dark moment insists on being the one to deal with his former comrade if he is indeed a traitor. The ever-resourceful Clone Force 99 manages to trace Echo's signal to a nearby tower. Anakin and Rex join them, and as they travel up into the tower, Anakin reminds everyone that they are on a stealth mission. And again, I just love how Anakin is the voice of reason on this mission. It's usually Obi-Wan Kenobi reminding Anakin that they are on a stealth mission. That said, the clones and Anakin find themselves facing several D-Wing droids on the exit of the lift. The clones and Skywalker quickly dispatch the droids in a brief scrimmage, which isn't anything close to the definition of stealth. But moving on, they are once again having trouble tracking Echo's signal, and the character Tech theorizes that the signal is only visible during data transmissions, and they have to wait for Echo to transmit more data. Under orders from Skywalker, the group split up, and Anakin finds himself in a bit of trouble with D-Wing droids while the clones search the rest of the tower. Clones find a sealed entrance, and they receive a hologram message from Wat Tambor, who informs the clones that he was aware that they were coming, and he laid a trap for them. He also thanks the clones for playing their part and orders several D-Wing droids to execute them. And probably the best action scene in Season 7, the clones fight a horde of D-Wing droids, and are assisted by Anakin and Crosshair as they regroup with everyone else. After fighting off the main droid attack, Tech manages to open the door to the chamber for Rex as the rest of the team holds the Clanker reinforcements off. Very similarly to last week, Rex and Tech head into a large chamber looking for clues, and boy do they find them. Echo is confined to a stasis chamber. Echo has been drugged and has no idea what's going on. When he pops out of that stasis chamber, he reminds me a little bit of Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker. He has tubes coming out of him, he's got prosthetic limbs. It's just truly a horrible sight. And in a touching moment, we have Rex telling Echo that yes, he came back for him and to hang tight. It's a really great moment for Rex and an emotional one to watch. But it also seems like this should be the end of the story arc, whereas I believe we still have 2 episodes to go. But hey, I am very interested to see what happens next, and if we'd get to see what happens to Echo. That all said, Star Wars fans, I'm Mike. I want to thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.